All right, y'all, this is from Black Wealth YouTube channel, man. We got streaming universities taught you how to get rich, but nobody even noticed. So we finna learn how to get rich and what was the parts that we missed that nobody noticed on how to get rich. Let's see if we could get some information about this video, man.
You thought streaming university was just chaos and content.
Facts.
Think again.
We thought it was just for laughs and jokes, but we definitely could have learned something about it. But like you say, nobody noticed. So let's see what happened.
The skits and the wild guests. Kai was running a masterclass in monetization, branding, and content dominance. Streaming University wasn't just a content series, it was a blueprint. By turning an ordinary college experience into a viral empire, Kai flipped the script on how creators build influence and make money. He blurred the line between entertainment and business so well, most people miss what was really going on.
Facts.
Today, we're breaking it down. This isn't about hype. This is about the strategy behind the spectacle, the business lessons you can actually use. So grab a seat in the front row. Class is in session. Lesson 1, stay independent. Let's be honest. If Kai Cenat had taken streaming university to a major platform, Netflix, Prime Video, Hulu, nobody would have blamed him. The offers were there. Big checks, full production support, distribution to millions of subscribers. But Kai said no. He kept it on his turf, Twitch and YouTube.
Facts.
Why? Because Kai knows the golden rule of the internet economy. Own your audience or someone else will. Let's hear what
Exactly. That's facts. Hold on. That's facts.
He had to say.
A lot of people been talking about how this shit should be on Netflix. We already been getting talks with different people, but I want to go ahead and say this now. But an idea like this so original, you got to keep it where it's at.
Facts. You do. And that makes sense. You got with an idea that's like that, you do got to keep you got to keep the main thing, and you got to keep it where it's at. For the simple fact that people might not want to, if they don't already have Netflix or they don't already have Hulu, they probably don't want to have to download it, get it, pay for it. First of all, you got to pay for the app itself, whether it's $9 or $10 or $8. You got to pay for the app itself, Netflix and Hulu. You got to download it, then you got to pay for it. You got to make an account, then pay for it. You got to do all that. When you was already just used to getting it, once people, audience get used to just getting something from somewhere else, they just rather continue to get it from there instead of having to redirect them to a whole nother place and platform and app. So that makes complete sense. That makes 100% sense, bro. They literally do. You got to keep it where it's at.
By keeping Streamer University independent, Kai controlled every single element. The content, the monetization,
Facts.
The brand. No execs, no contracts that locked him out of his own creative vision. No gatekeepers between him and his community. That's power.
Facts.
Real power. And it's not just about control. It's about value. Let's break it down. Distribution equals leverage. When you post content on your own channels, you build leverage.
Yep.
Not just views, leverage. By staying independent, Kai didn't just keep creative freedom. He positioned himself as the distribution pipeline. When you own the pipeline, people come to you, and they pay for access. That's why you see rappers, celebrities, and even brands begging to be part of his world. He's not pitching to networks. He is the network. No middlemen.
Facts. Facts. You ain't got to pitch to networks when you are the network itself. Like people, you already have millions of people tuned in to you and what you got going on, what you doing. So at that point, you don't need a network or not the distribution part, but you don't need to transfer your million over to their platform because that's what they want. That's what they need. Because all the eyes, you got all these eyes on you. They want all them eyes on their platform and on their app. So that's what they want. So for him to know that and understand that and to keep it as is, genius, perfect. Like he knew not to oh, well, I'm just going to let Netflix cut me this big check and I'm gonna just hand it all over to them. No, that's taking away your power.
Equals maximum monetization. When you're tied to a network or platform, you split revenue.
Exactly.
There are managers, agents, producers, legal teams, all taking a cut. When Kai streams on his own channel, the sub money is his.
Yep.
The ad revenue is his. The brand deals negotiated his way, integrated into his format. And even if Twitch or YouTube takes a percentage, the chunk he keeps is still far bigger than what he gets through a traditional deal. More importantly, he controls the structure. He can shift platforms, cross-post to YouTube, clip on TikTok, sell merch, launch a Patreon. It's all under his umbrella. The financial upside isn't linear, it's exponential. And it only works when you stay independent. Brand control is everything. Imagine Netflix greenlighting Streamer University. They'd polish it, overproduce it, strip away everything that made it his.
Exactly.
Kai's genius is that his audience isn't just watching a show, they're living in his world. That authenticity, you can't outsource that.
Facts.
You can't schedule it into a production cycle. By keeping full control of his brand, Kai stayed unpredictable, raw, and most importantly, real.
Yep.
That's what set
The more authentic, the better it's gonna be. The more authentic, the better it is for people to watch, because they like, dang, I didn't expect that to happen, or dang, like they just flipped out, or it's not like as controlled and not like that. Like he says, not overproduced, none of that. Is real, it's raw, it's authentic. And people could always tell real, raw, and authentic. Like, and not only can they tell, but the unpredictable will happen. You never know what's going to happen next, because it's just authentic, it's real, it's in real time. Everything is just like, damn, what's going on, or what just happened, or why that happened, or damn, why you do that? It's always just going to be like, you tuned in to see you don't want to miss not almost 1 second of it. You tuned in to see what's going to happen next.
If you're a creator, don't just build a following, build an infrastructure. Use platforms like Twitch, YouTube, Gumroad, or Substack.
I never heard of Gumroad. What is Gumroad? Comment down below. What is Gumroad? I never heard of Gumroad before.
Treat them as tools, not bosses. Build your email list, build a Discord, build something you control. Because when the algorithm shifts, or the sponsors pull out, or the next hot thing comes along, the creators who survive are the ones who own their lane. Cenat didn't need permission. He built Streamer University his way and got all the rewards. Lesson 1 is simple. Stay independent. The money, the freedom, and the legacy live there.
Facts.
Lesson 2, focus on your bag, not women. One of
Big facts. Big facts.
the most unexpected takeaways from Streamer University came in between the chaos. But if you were paying attention, the message was loud and clear. Get your money right first. Not because women are the enemy, not because love is a scam, but because priorities matter. When you're broke, dating isn't just hard, it's stressful, complicated, and in most cases, humiliating. How do you focus on love when your phone bill's overdue? How do you take someone out when you're counting quarters for gas? Streamer University never said it directly, but it showed it through energy. Most of these guys are on their grind. They're building content, brands, and revenue streams. Here's the truth they don't teach you in school. Trying to find your dream girl before you found your purpose, that's a fast track to resentment for both of you. You'll feel inadequate, she'll feel frustrated, and neither of you will say it out loud until it's too late.
Yep.
Here's where the pressure kicks in. In today's world, men are expected to show up with the bag, the charisma, the physique, the emotional maturity, all by 22. And if you
Damn,
don't,
all by 22? That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's what women expect. They expect you to they expect you to be all that by 22? Wait, so you can't be all that by 32? That's crazy if they expect. Now that's insane if they expect all that by the age of 22. That's
you're labeled as
insane.
lazy, broke, or not serious. The expectations are high, the patience is low, and the game feels rigged. But what Streamer University subtly teaches is that you don't have to play that game. You can opt out. You can disappear for a year, build something real, and come back with results. No apologies, no explanations, just growth.
Facts.
When Kai hosts guests like Duke, the jokes are nonstop, but the grind is real. They all sacrifice time, sleep, and probably relationships to get where they are. They didn't chase women.
Somebody got a Duke dentist tattoo on their leg? I didn't even see that in the Streamer University. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's going to be hard for her to keep a man. It's going to be hard for her to keep a man.
They chase skills, opportunities, and consistency. That's not cold, that's calculated. And the result? Women now chase them. Not because they're clout chasers, but because success is magnetic. Ambition is attractive. Self-respect radiates. This isn't about being a monk or going full red pill.
Oh, snap. Commercial, ad. No, don't do this to me right now. Don't do this to me right now. I'm in my prime. Do not do this to me. All right, here we go.
This isn't about being a monk or going full red pill. It's about prioritizing. Because the truth is, love is better when you bring something to the table and not just vibes. So what's the takeaway? Focus on becoming the kind of man who doesn't need validation.
Facts.
Get your finances in order, sharpen your skills, build something you're proud of. Then, when you do enter a relationship, you walk in as a full person, not a half-formed dude hoping someone else fills the gaps. Streamer University wasn't just a content stunt. It was a manifesto. And this was one of the loudest chapters. Lock in, get your money, and let the rest follow. Lesson 3, build a community, not just a following. It's easy to mistake Kai Cenat's empire for a solo act. After all, his name's on the thumbnails. He's the face in the memes. He's the one getting the mainstream interviews. But when you look closer at Streamer University, you realize something deeper. This whole thing was never built on one man's back.
Facts.
It was built on collaboration, brotherhood, energy. Streamer University wasn't just Kai streaming in a dorm room. It was everybody pulling up. All of them contributed to the chaos. And it wasn't chaos for chaos's sake. It was chemistry, real friendships, real moments, real synergy. Because here's the secret most influencers ignore. A viral moment will get you attention, but a community will keep you relevant.
Exactly.
Kai could have done it all alone, but he didn't. He let others shine on his platform. He created a space where everyone had a role. And that's why people didn't just follow him. They followed the world he created. A lot of creators focus on building a following. Numbers, likes, subs. And sure, those things matter, but they're not everything. 1 million followers doesn't mean 1 million supporters. In fact,
That's facts. 1 million followers do not mean 1 million supporters. That is facts.
Influencers are just one bad tweet away from losing half their audience.
Yeah.
Because there's no real connection underneath. Kai flips that. He talks to his chat like they're friends. He reacts to fan art. He reads comments. The people watching aren't just numbers. They're part of the story. That's community. And it's not just about fans.
That's a camera?
It's about peers too. Kai didn't hoard the spotlight. He helped build a platform where his entire crew could win. Community scales what individual hustle can't. And this is what most creators miss. They think being self-made means going solo. They think collabs are a weakness. They think letting others in is a threat. But the smartest move in today's content world is building a network of real, loyal allies. People who bring value, not competition. Kai mastered this. At Streamer University, everyone ate. Everyone got screen time. Everyone got clips.
Yep.
And the audience felt it. That energy translated into engagement, memes, TikToks, fan edits, and moments that stretch far beyond the stream itself. In a world where most creators chase fame by isolating themselves at the top, Kai is doing something different. He's inviting people in, and it's working. So what's the real life move? Start collaborating before you think you're ready. Reach out to people in your lane. Don't just post, engage. Shout out your fans, respond to comments, build in public. Be a person, not a persona. Because
Facts. You gotta keep it raw. You gotta keep it real. You gotta keep it authentic. You gotta be authentically you and just be a person, like he said. That's facts.
algorithm stops favoring you, when the hype dies down, when the views dip, it won't be your follower count that saves you. It'll be your community. Streaming University wasn't just content. It was a blueprint. And one of the most powerful lessons was this: don't just build a following, build a world people want to be part of. Lesson 4, embrace chaos, but have a plan.
Facts. You gotta embrace the chaos. You got to.
Streamer University felt like absolute madness, but here's the twist. None of that happened by accident. Behind every wild moment was structure. Schedules were made, segments were planned. Even when it seemed like everything was falling apart, there were guardrails keeping the whole thing from actually derailing. And that's the real lesson. You can be wild and calculated. Spontaneity works best when it's framed by strategy. Kai didn't walk into Streamer University without a blueprint. He had timelines, themes, and backup plans. He knew the energy had to feel loose, but the logistics had to be tight. That's why it worked. The audience got unpredictability, but the stream never collapsed into dead air or burnout. This is where a lot of young creators mess up. They think going with the flow means winging everything. No prep, no strategy, just vibes. But vibes alone don't last. Eventually, the audience notices when you're just freestyling your way through a half-baked stream. And sponsors definitely notice. Kai's success proves that controlled chaos is way more powerful than actual chaos. He leaned into the unpredictable, but he always had a safety net. There was always something next. That's how you sustain momentum. And it applies beyond streaming. Whether you're building a business, launching a podcast, or starting a brand, embrace your wild ideas. Try things that scare you, but do it with a framework. Set goals, make schedules, build systems. Give your creativity a container, because chaos might spark attention, but structure builds empires. If this episode got you thinking differently about streaming, drop a like. Hit that subscribe button.
No, I agree with this video 100%. So for that, I'm definitely going to drop a like. I agree with this video 1,000%. So I'm going to hit the like button for my boy. This is on the Black Wealth YouTube channel, man. So shout out to Black Wealth. They teach you about how to get rich, but when nobody notices, when people is giving you free game. So shout out to Black Wealth, man. If y'all agree, let me know down in the comments below. If you disagree, let me know why you disagree, because I 100% agree. I 100% agree with everything he said and talked about up in this video, and he broke it down piece by piece in different steps and ways. So let me know what y'all think though down in the comments below. I would love to know. And until then, I'll see y'all in the next video.